Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Robert, or Robovsky, as you can see here. Or Robov, sometimes I am. And welcome today to MechWarrior Online, which is a free-to-play game, currently in open beta. It is the 6th of September. We're coming up on actual release, though. I believe that's going to be in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think it's about 9 days, something like that. And this is a game you can get into for absolutely nothing. And while I'm a founder, it doesn't give me a lot of huge advantages in the sense that I can play the same. I'm playing the same game you are. Right. So let's take you over what we have here and why you shouldn't be concerned about founders, and take you through the basics of this. I'm probably going to have to transition the video because unfortunately Fraps doesn't like it when we transition from the client screen to the actual cockpit. But we're gonna take you around. Now, you can see here next to my generic picture is this yellow badge. That's my founder status, because I actually kicked in money in this game ages ago, and that got me early access into the beta and premium time, which I can activate. I still haven't activated it. And got me MechWarrior credits, which are here. Those are obtained now with cash. These are my C-bills. You earn those by playing. And this is general experience down here on the bottom. General experience is used by your pilots for, well, you can use it for unlocking general skills in particular. For example, like if I wanted to get, say, this hard break here. Right, I could buy that with general XP, but in my opinion, you're much better off using the specific experience you earn. As you can see here, like I have medium, and this is the Centurion I have, and this is experience I've earned for this particular cockpit with this particular pilot. So we can, I'll upgrade this guy. Now, if you get 3 mechs through the basic, you can start doing elites. And you get the elites, then you can move on to the masters. The general XP is probably better spent here on modules, because the cheapest modules are 5,000 XP, and you'll be a while earning this general XP. So hold on to that. Don't blow it right away. My mech lab, I have my 4 founder mechs. This Jenner, this Catapult, this Hunchback, and this Atlas. And you can't just go and buy those. Those are the founder ones. But that means I got those custom frames. That's an advantage to me in that you can't buy this particular mech, but you can get a Jenner, easy enough. You can get an Atlas, easy enough. You can buy them with C-bills. Here's a Centurion I bought with C-bills, and I'm using. You will get, as a free player, 4 mech base slots. I'm already using 2 of my other mech base slots. I got mech base slots to hold my founder mechs. So I get 8 mech bays, but 4 of them are already filled with mechs. So I really only have the same 4 everybody else had. If I want to buy more, they're 300 MechWarrior credits each. And that's not really a, not reversible transaction, so make sure you want to buy those slots. If you're familiar with World of Tanks, and I know people in the MechWarrior community don't like the comparison, but it's exactly the same thing. You have garage slots, you have mech bays. They hold your mech or tank, and you can store them there and you can use them. You don't have to worry about crew barracks or anything like that, but you do have to worry about storing the mech. Now, this one is stuff I have. Trial mechs. These change from time to time. Currently, there are these 4 mechs. And these are available for you to use for absolutely nothing. So when you're starting out, you're probably going to want to take one of these out because, well, you don't have any money, and you're going to want to get started. So, what are these? Well, this is a Raven. This one has 2 medium lasers, an SRM-6, a narc pod, and a tag laser. Tag lasers are designating lasers. They help missiles hit targets. Narc pods fire a beacon at the enemy mech, and while that beacon is active, guides enemy missiles into that target. So this mech has 11 heat sinks, has an XL engine, has a Guardian ECM and a Beagle active probe, so it's harder to detect this mech because it has Guardian ECM, and it may block other people's sensing and information relaying. Beagle active probe helps it penetrate other people's Guardian ECM and find other targets on the battlefield. And it has a bit of case, probably one of the loadout spots. So you can't actually modify these trial mechs. These are come as is, so you have to take them as they are. The case means that it's there in case this SRM ammo blows, that it's not going to take out the torso that it's probably attached to, and hence your XL engine will continue to function. Things about XL engines, you have to keep the center, left, and right torso intact, otherwise your mech is criticaled and you're knocked out. I will get into that in a moment in further detail. Medium lasers and SRM-6s are not long-range weapons, but they are better than, say, a pulse laser. The SRM rack will use ammo, but the lasers you can use as much as you want, except that you have heat. When you fire weapons, they generate heat. The more heat you have, the more it builds up, and eventually you'll shut down. And if you're shut down, you can't do anything, and you're a nice big fat target for everyone. Here we have the Centurion. It's the CN9AC, SRM-4 with Artemis. There's apparently 3 of those. 2 medium pulse lasers. It has 11 double heat sinks. It doesn't carry any jump jets, but it has a standard engine, so it only has to keep the center torso in one piece, and the medium lasers, it looks like they're mounted there in the middle as well. So if it loses this side torso and this side torso and these arms, it's still fighting. It's a bit like the Black Knight from Monty Python. It's like, I'm going to bite your kneecaps off. So it's got a good load of armor on it. I think I'll probably be taking this one out for you, so you can get a look on the battlefield. And here we have the Quick Draw. It's got a mechs. It's got an LRM-10. It's got 4 medium lasers, and it has an SRM-4. SRM is short-range medium missile. LRM is long-range missile. Long-range missiles can go out to 1,000 meters, okay? 1 full kilometer. Short-range missiles, I think, only go out to, was it 600? No, or is it, oh, it's much less. It's about half. Anyhow, it's got 13 standard heat sinks and a standard engine. It does have 5 jump jets, which is kind of fun. It gives a lot of mobility. This is another candidate for me to take out with you. The armor is less on this one, so it's not so much a brawler like the Centurion is. You will want to make sure that your weapons mix is laid out so you're not firing everything at once, because you only have 13 heat sinks. The LRM-10 rack should always be firing independently of the other weapons, because the situations you need these weapons are different cases. These are close-in weapons. This is a long-range weapon. This here is the Stalker, the STK-5M, and this is the heaviest mech available to you. It's a assault mech. It's going to be the slowest mech, unfortunately. It does, however, carry the most firepower and is probably carrying the most armor. It has an ER large laser. That's a kind of a long-range, heavy-hitting laser. It has that NARC gun again, so it can hit something with a NARC pod to help missiles hit it. It has 2 SRM-6 racks. It has 2 LRM-10 racks. And it has 4 medium lasers. And it has 17 double heat sinks to help back that up. So it's going to do a bit better in actually just like being able to fire weapons. As you expect, this is a kind of, well, it is a bit of a brawler. It is, however, also got long-range weapon racks on it, so you want to be able to use those when you're closing or needing to fire indirectly. And the SRM racks and medium lasers are there for when you're like engaged in close combat. The ER large laser comes in very handy as a mixed range weapon. So you can use it as long range for sniping, you can use it up close for a heavy hit. However, it does generate a lot of heat, you're generally better off using your medium lasers instead of the BER large laser. But, you know, options are options, and it is mounted in the center torso. And because this is using a standard engine, again, it can lose its side torsos and still have this ER large laser. So, there is no case on it, though, so if it gets an ammo hit, that ammo is going to go up, and it's going to eat up a lot of this mech, and possibly take it out. Right, so, that's an overview of the trial mechs. Let's take you through the pilot lab again for a moment. Here we have, let's say, the Jenner. I have two Jenners in my time. So this is my founder version, and I've unlocked all 8 slots here. I can't move up to the Elite because I haven't unlocked 3 frames yet. So this one here is the one I'm working on currently, and this one I don't own yet, so I've done nothing with it. Each mech has their own variants, and you have to earn XP for each one if you want to be able to be proficient with them. The trial mechs are also in the system, however, they don't count towards pilot XP. They're not owned frames, unfortunately. Let's say, for example, this Raven RVN3L. Raven. Here's the RVN3L. Yeah, you could buy the RVN3L, but my taking it out and playing with it's not going to add to this area here. But, you know, you need to earn your mega credit, your C-bills somehow, and you got to get started somewhere. Right, so, you can't customize your mechs right now, but let's show you around that anyway. I'm going to take you to my own stuff. And here's my Centurion. I could nickname Spartacus because he's, you know, tough and rough and ready. He's got a good load of armor, and he's using a standard engine as well, just like the trial mech is. But I have double heat sinks. Now, I'm using 2 medium pulse lasers, which are shorter range, but hit slightly harder and take less time for the impulse of the damage to hit. So, a beam weapon is kind of like fires for a longer period of time, and you have to keep that weapon trained on the target. The pulse laser fires a faster pulse, and so you don't need to keep that on the target for as long. The LB-10X is an autocannon, but it's kind of like a shotgun in that it has a spread. And my LRM-10 rack has an Artemis system built into it. And for some of you old tabletop folks, why aren't you using 2 LRM-5s instead of the LRM-10, Rob? Because with the Artemis, the weight comes out exactly the same, but I do get a slight heat advantage going with the LRM-10 instead of 2 LRM-5s. If I didn't have the Artemis, there would be a weight advantage in going for 2 LRM-5 racks, and I could totally do that with this design because it can support the 3 missile racks. In fact, if I didn't have the Artemis, I could probably have 3 LRM-5s, but I'd go through my ammo even faster that way, as the same ammo supply would be to firing 15 missiles instead of 10. But it would mean I get larger volleys off, but the Artemis should mean that more missiles hit. So I think the trade-off is in my favor in that case. Now, if I want to customize things, here are the expensive customizables. I have never bought any of these, but you know, you may feel differently. We got things that like an air freshener, a peace necklace, some fuzzy dice, a dog tag. You got the Gazelle dropship, House Lao. You could have House Davian flag, House Steiner, wherever you want. They're here to buy with cash, unfortunately, and I'm not going to buy them because I don't want them. You get custom paint jobs you can do up. Basic colors are C-bills. Patterns are MechWarrior credits. Okay. Modules. Remember I was talking about, like, you know, you saving up your general experience. There are modules that you can just get right away that cost C-bills, and they mount in these hardpoint slots here. And these are these. Now, some of these are from MechWarrior credits. They tend to be the best versions of them. Okay, this is the one advantage you of the cash game over the regular game. I can get a priority airstrike instead of a regular airstrike. I can get a priority artillery strike instead of an artillery strike. But this is costing me actual cash, and I'm not going to do that. It cost me 15 mega credits, MechWarrior credits, to buy this one-use module. And it's a one-use module. I'll have to buy it again if I want to do it again. Now, these are the other modules, the ones that you actually need the skills for, and as you can see, they're quite expensive. You can buy them for about 6 million C-bills, which, I mean, here's the advanced zoom. That's the cheapest one, 2 million. That's about the cost of a commando. So, that's an advanced piece of tech. Don't concern yourself with it right now, but, you know, do plan for that future. And here we have loadout. Now, on mechs that you own, you can customize them. They have hard point structures. See, for example, we have 2 energy points here, so we can have, there's 2 spaces available in the center torso, and that means you can have up to 2 energy weapons here, because it says 2 of 2, right? So I'm using 2 of the 2 energy slots. I could have whatever fits in my weight and space allocation. Right now it says the medium pulse lasers, and these here won't fit because the space is already occupied, but some of these wouldn't fit even if the spaces weren't occupied. I could fit this ER large laser if I had the tonnage, but I wouldn't be able to fit the ER PPC because it takes 3 slots, and there are only 2 slots available in the center torso. Even though I could have 2 energy weapons, you know, oh, I could have 2 ER PPCs. No, you can't. You don't have 6 slots. And you can't take out the gyro, and you can't take out the engine. That's just the way it is. Okay, so, moving around, you can see here is my LRM-10 and a double heatsink. These are dynamic structure slots. These will get out of your way, but this is for the, basically I had to give up 12 slots for the endostructure, because I'm using an advanced endostructure, so it takes up more room, but it's half the weight. And I could have up to 3 missile racks here, but I'm only using 1. You can see 1 of 3. This arm has no hard points. So even though there's all this empty space here, if I had weight available, I wouldn't be able to mount anything here, unlike the tabletop game. You can't use this arm for anything other than a meat shield, basically. Keep that in mind, though. You know, if you need to turn into damage, this is the arm to lose. Why? Because over here on the other side, this arm has my LB-10X. So this is the one with the shotgun built into it, and I don't want to lose this arm right away. It has 1 ballistic point, which means I can mount 1 autocannon of some type. Now it's a machine gun, all the way up to an AC-20 or a Gauss rifle. Your preference, depending on the weight, as long as it fits. It has to fit within the available space. There are 9 slots available. Now, I believe the AC-20 is 10 slots. So I don't think you can fit the AC-20 in here. You'd have to fit something else. Sorry, folks. No way to remove the lower arm actuator at the moment, unlike in the tabletop game. Now, here I have my case, which means if I get this ammo hit, it's just going to lose this section. I'll lose the attached arm section if the arm's still there, but that'll be the extent of the damage. I won't suffer any engine damage. And my ammo is stored here because of the case, and I have a double heat sink here. Why do I have my double heat sink here? Well, it fits, but also because it's more protected than the arm. That arm I was showing you, which has nothing in it. And if there was to be a critical hit, it possibly might land on the double heat sink instead of the ammo. Here we are again back at the center torso. Here's the legs. The legs have no hard points in them, but I could put standard heat sinks in here, or jump jets, should they become available in the design. You cannot retroactively fit jump jets. If the thing has jump jets as part of its basic design, you can have jump jets. If it does not, you may not. Quick tip on getting to the head. Sometimes the head's hard to get to. Just switch to the armor section, and then you're up to the head. My head has no hard point, but it does have a space. I could bounce some ammo there if I wanted. Ammo is used from the head first, so, you know, if you're concerned about that ammo hit on your head, That's the ammo that drains out first. If you need to mount equipment, it's found here. And this menu will be context sensitive, so we're looking at center torso, so it's giving me engine options. If I go over here, it's like, okay, you can mount it to be galactic probe or double heat sinks or case. And if I want to change the kind of equipment I'm carrying, it's over here. See how I have an endo steel structure? If I wanted standard, I basically downgrade it. Well, it's an upgrade, but I get back 14 slots, and I have to give up 1.02 tons. And there's still a cost involved in making the change. That's the armor. The structures here. Endo steel structure. I would have to give up 14 slots. I'd have to give up 2.5 tons to get back standard structure. Or if I want to go for ferrofibrous armor, I could save 1.02 tons of weight, but I need to give up 14 slots. I don't think I have 14 slots, and it would cost money, which at the moment I've used up a lot of my money when I was retrofitting my Atlas very recently. So despite the fact I had millions of C-bills, I no longer have millions of C-bills. But that's what a full overhaul will do to you. So, right. Stripping out weapons and mounting weapons is, again, only going to show you weapons based on what you can actually mount in that section. See, missiles, it's showing me missiles type weapons. It's not showing me any lasers, because you can't mount lasers here. Here it's showing me energy weapons, because you can mount energy weapons here. So they're getting lasers, but I'm not getting missiles, because you can't mount missiles here. Here it's showing me the anti-missile system. I can mount that here. That's the only thing I can mount here, because it considers that as part of the weapon hardpoint system, despite it not actually being a weapon. And here is showing me autocannons in the arm, because that has a ballistics mounting point. So I mean, I can mount this machine gun or this Ultra AC-5, and each of these weapons has their own pros and cons. I like my shotgun. It's kind of fire and forget, as long as I'm kind of pointed at the target, and it carries a decent enough ammo and has a decent enough range for the job. So. Right, I think I've taken you through everything there is to see here. Let's take you back to... cancel out of that. Factions is a tab that eventually will come to us. We don't have it currently. Store hasn't launched yet either, because we're still in open beta. Here's home. So, I'm a lone wolf. I'm not affiliated with Steiner or with Davian or with Lau or with anybody. I've made a decision that I'm going to be independent. Currently, I have nothing here in my quick slots. Okay, you go to your mech lab, you go to the trial mechs or wherever ones you want. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to tell it to put it ready. You see the little yellow check mark, and it says ready there. If you want to check on that, it's now here in your quick slots. And this is the one I have. Once it's ready is the one you can launch. Okay, so once I press this launch button, that's going to move us into the actual game. This is the client. Again, like World of Tanks has the client, then you actually have the game. But you're doing all your garage functions in the client. So, I strongly expect that I need to switch off fraps to be able to switch over, which is what I'm going to do right now, and I'll edit these back together again. But I'm going to take this trial mech out, the Centurion out, and we're going to have some fun with it, and we'll give you a show. So, here we go. Okay, so I've restarted fraps. We're loading into the Forest Colony, which is one of the older maps, which is good because I'm familiar with that map. I haven't played in a couple months, so there's new maps that I'm not all that familiar with. And loading it up. There we are. Coming in. I've set up my options so I automatically come into my cockpit, not into the third-party mode. Third-person mode is accessible by hitting F4. Here we see that we're going to be one of 4 people on our lance, and our lance is one of 3 lances, so that's the company
Reactor
is 4.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Right, so this is my first time in this mech, so I need to configure my weapon loadout. Now, as you can see, it's already been conveniently modified so that the SRM4s are on one toggle, the medium lasers are on the other toggle. If I need to change that, I just use the arrow keys and I press the right control tab. Okay? Right, so W to move forward. Don't go firing your guns until you have a target to shoot at. There's no point. Blues are friendlies, of course. Those more cyan-colored ones are your lance mates. This is a capture mode, so there are capture points on the battlefield that we're going to be trying to grab. As you can see here, there's Gamma, Epsilon, Theta, Kappa, and Sigma. So now we're trying to help out here. Now, you're turning the torso with the mouse. I currently have arms locked, so they remain with my cursor here in the middle. Now those red markers are enemy targets.
Target acquired.
Pressing R allows me to select a target. As you can see, the range indicators are down here. Medium pulse lasers are 180 meters and SRM4s are 270 meters. So I have to get a lot closer if I'm going to engage those targets. I'm going to move up to Theta because we've captured Epsilon.
New target acquired.
That's a Spider. That's a fairly lightweight mech, but it's very mobile.
New target
the other one
acquired.
is a Highlander, which is a very heavy mech.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
There's a veritable battle going on over here on this side, and that's not good for them because there's like no cover.
New target acquired.
There's our baby.
Missile. New target acquired.
I am right button for one set, and I am now out in the middle of the land here, so that's a bad place to be, but I am also a force of chaos, as it were. As you can see, my heat's shot up, and I've been destroyed. Don't do that. Don't wander out by yourself. Don't go and get killed. Now, let's spectate, shall we? Let's watch some people play, and I will comment on that. So, here we have a Jenner. That's a fast mech. Here we have a Jaeger mech getting heated all to hell. Here we have a quick draw that's overheating and kind of hiding behind cover. Here we have a Trebuchet. That's got a mixed set of weapons, as you can see here. He's kind of going mono a mono here with Golden Boy. Here we have a Kintara, medium lasers and SRM6s. Here we have Jenner. Jenners are kind of lightweight, light interceptors. We use them to engage and harass targets, and then run off. There's a jump jet in action. Rather skilled Jenner pilot, if you'd like to see that. Right, so here we have the catapult. Catapult's usually a missile support weapon platform, and it is in this case. It's got 2 LRM-20s, 2 medium lasers, and 2 streak SRM-2s. He needs to find targets so he can drop his missile loads on those targets. Like so. Long-range missiles can fire indirectly, but they need to lock in. That's that red circle there in the targeting reticle.
New target acquired.
He's, as you can see, one of the racks has gone red. That means one of his racks has been destroyed, probably by that guy there in the cicada, which is a 40-ton kind of harassment mech. It preys upon slow support mechs like this one. But that's what the medium lasers are for, I suppose. And the SRM Streak 2s. The Streak missiles require a lock to fire, though, which is why you've not seen them fire yet. until hindsight 2020 locks onto this target, and he has to hold his cursor over the target long enough for the lock to happen. The SRM racks will not fire. Oh, yeah, nice paint job too. Oh well.
Level critical. Heat sink destroyed.
There's the heat shut down. And as you can see, once he shut down, he was an easy target and died. I think that was it. Yep. Everyone's dead. Game's over. My pathetic performance got 60 damage in, and a match score of 6. So don't do that. Don't go running out into the middle of traffic and getting run down. That was embarrassing, but that was to show you don't do that. Okay. Now, as you can see, I did 60 points of damage. I earned 30,510 C-bills and got 100 XP. We lost. Didn't do much. With a premium account, you were to earn extra. Premium accounts can be obtained by paying cash. You get premium time. If I click my activate button, I would activate my premium account and I would get the extra bonuses. This is the comm system internal text. As you just saw, Fraps doesn't like it when the transition happens, and it just kind of keels over and dies. So here I'm going to finish off the video. Here's the news. Here's the current offers. There's a tutorial testing ground area. We got movement tutorial and we have a testing ground. That way if you want to take something out, you can play it against dummy mechs and see how it performs. That's very useful. To do so, you just need to go over here, change your game mode to testing ground or tutorial. And you can also, like, say, I want to play only assault missions, I only want to play conquest missions, or I want to play any. And you can move it to hardcore, theoretically, in the future. Once you've selected your mode, and again, just on any, you just press the launch button with your selected mech, and it launches it. You can also access the website through here, and the social functions, and the various media formats available for MechWarrior Online, the Piranha authors. So, that's it for that. I hope you found the video useful. I would like to see more folks in the game. Not that there aren't people playing, but you know, it's free. Nothing's stopping you. If you like playing MechWarrior from, you know, playing on the PC, you're old school like me, maybe you'd like to play MechWarrior Online. Give it a go. That trial mech I got killed in isn't that bad. You gotta get up close, but you can certainly hit hard once you get there. The different packages on the different trial mechs suit different people and different play styles. Now, as you can see, the C-bills were added to my account here, and my general XP went up as well. So that wasn't worthless. That was added to my accrued time over time. Won't add to my MechWarrior credits. You only add to that by using cash, basically. If I want to add MechWarrior credits, I just click on this button and it'll take me to the store, which is through the website. That's it for MechWarrior Online. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. If you want to see something else, I'll try to shoot a video for you. Launch should be in about a week and a half. I might make another video after launch. I have to cobble this one together because it actually, each time there's a screen transition, the Fraps doesn't like it. So this will actually be my most technically complex video so far, as I have to actually edit it together. We'll see how that goes. Wish me luck, and have a great day, folks. Goodbye.